Good morning, dear children. This is your history teacher. Now take out your history textbook and open page number 35. So, dear children, yesterday we have studied about our lesson number 4, that is what books and burials tells us. That is one of the oldest book in the world. Then we also studied about how historian studies the Rig Veda, and also we have studied about one story of Vishwamitra and the river. So, dear children, yesterday I have asked you one question, that do you think chariots were also important? Give reason for your answer. Read the verses and find out what are the modes of transport that are mentioned. Okay. So here they are saying that is their chariots are important. So the answer is yes, chariots are very much important because they are main means of transport. Okay, they are the main means of transport, and the other famous means was the carts. Okay, carts are also the other mean of transport, but the chariots were the main means of transport. Understood? Now let's start the topic. Words to describe the people. So, dear children, there are several ways of describing people in terms of their work they do, the language they speak, and a place they belongs to. Okay, so their family, their communities, and cultural practices. Let us see some of the words used to describe people found in the Rig Veda. So, as you know that the people were distributed in various types, that is the languages they speak, the place they belongs to live, and their family, their communities, and their cultural practices. So in this type they are categorized into group to group. But what about the people found in the Rig Veda? So let's see. There are two groups who are described in terms of their work. So archaeologists found that there had been two groups who are described in terms of their work. The priest, sometimes called Brahmins, who performed various ritual, and the Rajas. Okay, that means there are two kinds of people. That means the Brahmins who performed various rituals, and Rajas were there. So these Rajas were not like the ones you will be learning about later. They did not have capital cities, palaces, or armies, nor did they collect taxes. Okay. Generally, sons did not automatically succeed father as a Raja. As you know that the son of the Rajas will become the Rajas, but here in Rigveda the Rajas were not a very rich kind of men. They didn't have any capital cities, places, or armies. Okay, or not, nor did they collect the taxes. They are just simple men. So read the previous section once more and see whether you can find out what the Rajas did. Okay, so two words were used to describe the people or the community as a whole. One was the word Jana, okay, that means Jan, and which we still use in Hindi, and other languages the other was Vish. Okay, that means first one will be the Jana and second one is the Vish. The word Vaishya comes from the Vish. The word Vaishya letter comes from the Vish. You will learn more about this in chapter number 5. Okay, when we'll discuss the chapter number 5, I'll tell you about this Vaishya. Then several Vish or Jana are mentioned by name, so we find reference to Puru Jana or Vish, the Bharta Jana or Vish. Okay, there are two kinds of Jana, that is Puru Jana and Bharta Jana. Okay, or you can also termed as a Vish, the Yadu Jana or Vish, and so on. Okay, so in this type the Jana was categorized. The Jana were categorized in this type. So do any of these names sound familiar to you? I think Vaishya, Jana will be familiar to us. Okay, so sometimes the people who composed the hymns described themselves as Aryas and called their opponents Dasas or Dasyas. That means in that time the people who composed hymns, they found themselves as a they have such kind of status, so they described themselves as a Aryas. That means a chief or a person who is greater amongst the all, and the other opponents they mentioned them as a Dasas or Dasyas. Okay, so these were people who did not perform sacrifices. Okay, that means that Arya, they did not perform any sacrifices and probably spoke different languages. Later the term dasa and the feminine dasi, okay, that means male called dasa and female called dasi, came to mean slaves. Okay, slaves means dasi. Slaves were women and men who were often captured in a war. Okay, that means after the war some people can be captured, so that people, the rajas or aryas used as a das or dasi, or you can say slaves. Then they were treated as the property of their owners, so who could make them do whatever work they wanted. Okay, then after winning the war and the men's or women's captured in a war, they were treated as a das and dasi, and whatever work they wanted, they could make them do. So while the Rig Veda was being composed in the northwest of the subcontinent, there were other development in elsewhere. Let us look at the some of these. Okay, so in that era, when Rig Veda had been written, there were other development also found. So let us look some of them. So silent sentinels, the story of megaliths. That means megalith is one of the development, or you can see a major city developed on that era. So look at the illustration on the next page. These stones builders are known as megaliths. That is, you can see, this is the, okay, they are known as the megaliths. These were carefully arranged by people and were used to mark burial sites. So they are used to mark the burial sites. The practices of erecting megaliths began about 3000 years ago and was prevalent throughout the Deccan, South India, in the northeast, and the Kashmir. Okay, so you can see in this picture here, you can see the stones were collected in erect position. They buried in erect position. That means they should have a burial site. Okay, so top this type of megalith is known as a cyst. Some cysts like the one shown here have portholes which could be used as a entrance. That means this could be used as a entrance. Okay, so some important megalithic sites are shown on map 2, that is on page number 13. So while some megaliths can be seen on the surface, other megalithic burials are often underground. Okay, that means it is not possible to make a megaliths on upper side, so they had also made the megaliths under the ground also. So other megalithic burials are often underground, and sometimes archaeologists find a circle of stones, boulders, or a single large stone standing on the ground. These are the only indication that the burials beneath. Okay, that means if we have found the stones were the stones were buried erecting, that means there should have a burial site. So there were several things that people did not make megaliths. We have made a list here. Try and arrange them in a correct order. So that is digging pits in the earth, transporting stone, breaking boulders, placing stones in position, finding suitable stones, shaping stones, burying the dead. So this kind of things archaeologists found on that site. So all these burials have some common features. Okay, all these burials have some common features. So what are they? So generally the dead were buried with the distinctive pots, which are called black and red ware. Okay, so that means the with dead body they also buried the pots. So they are known as the black and red where also found are tools and weapons of iron, and sometimes skeletons of horses, horse equipments and ornaments of the stone and gold. Okay, so in this type of the things they buried with them also. So can you tell me, was iron used in Harappan cities? As we as you know that we have already studied about the Harappan city. So was iron were used in the Harappan city? So the answer is no. They used metals like copper, gold and bronze, but not iron. Okay, they only used copper, gold and bronze. Okay. So dear children, here they are showing some equipments, that is iron equipment found from megalithic burials. Left top, that is horse equipment, and the left below is axis, and below is a dagger. Okay, so horse equipment, axis and dagger. Okay, so this kind of equipments archaeologists were found. So dear children, this is it for today's video. If you have any problem regarding to this video, you can ask me anytime. So it's goodbye from my side. Thank you and have a nice day.